Hello students, how are you? In my last video lecture, I have explained you about universe, that the basic part of universe are matter and energy, and it is the first topic of basic concept of chemistry for 11th class student. ठीक है ना, introduction of chemistry, that the word chemistry is originated from the Latin word chemia, Greek word chemia means mystery or secret. But today I will explain you the most important topic of first unit of basic concepts of chemistry. We are doing first unit of 11th class physical chemistry, and it is basic concepts of chemistry. And in this unit, the most important topic of the 11th class basic concepts of chemistry is law of chemical combinations. So dear student, today I will explain you about law of chemical combination. इस फर्स्ट यूनिट में 11th क्लास के केमिस्ट्री के हम लोग आज सीखेंगे लॉ ऑफ केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन. So dear students, open your copies and write down the important points of this video lecture in your copies properly. Law of chemical combination. Law of chemical combination. Okay? So it is very interesting topic, and what is the meaning of law of chemical combination? वो आज की क्लास में हम लोग सीखेंगे. What is the meaning of law of chemical combination? Dear student, there are some rules in chemistry which are applied to learn chemistry properly, and these rules are collectively called law of chemical combination. Chemistry में कुछ rules हैं जो chemistry subject को properly study करने के लिए हम लोग follow करते हैं, and these rules which are applied to learn chemistry in proper way are collectively called law of chemical combination. इन rules को हम लोग बोलते हैं law of chemical combination, like law of conservation of mass, law of constant proportion, law of multiple proportion, and law of reciprocal or equivalent proportion, Gay-Lussac law, and Avogadro's law. So there are different kinds of rules which are applied to learn chemistry in proper way, and these rules are collectively called law of chemical combination. So my dear student, today I will explain you about law of conservation of mass, which is first law of chemical combination. It is law of conservation of mass. Law of conservation of mass. So how can we explain law of conservation of mass? Suppose if we heat limestone in a closed container, you know that limestone is calcium carbonate. If it is heated in a closed container, then the reaction take place in both forward and backward direction in a closed container, because in the closed system reaction always take place in both forward and backward direction. In a closed system reactions are reversible in nature. So if we decompose calcium carbonate in any closed container, then calcium carbonate gets decomposed to give CO2, carbon dioxide gas, and it gives CaO, calcium oxide, in solid state. So if we observe the molar mass of calcium carbonate, the mass of 1 mole of calcium carbonate before the reaction, then the mass of 1 mole of calcium carbonate before the reaction, calcium 40, carbon 12, and oxygen 16 into 348. So it is 100 grams per mole. 100 grams. It is the molar mass of 1 mole of calcium carbonate. And if it is decomposed, then it gives two molecules, 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 1 mole of calcium oxide. So what is the mass of 1 mole of carbon dioxide? The mass of 1 mole of carbon dioxide is carbon 12 and oxygen 32, so it will give 44 grams per mole. 44 grams per mole. And what is the mass of calcium oxide? Calcium oxide is also called quicklime, which exists in solid state. So its mass is calcium 40 and oxygen is 16, so its mass is 56 grams per mole. 1 mole का mass 56 ग्राम. So if we add total mass of product in this reaction, then the total mass of product is equal to 100 grams per mole of CO2 and CO. So from this reaction it is clear that total mass of reactant is equal to total mass of product. during a chemical reaction, during a chemical process, mass remain unchanged before and after the reaction. Mass remain unchanged, only the physical state may be changed. Physical state change हो सकती है. For suppose we take 100 grams of mass in solid state before the reaction, but if calcium carbonate decompose, then out of this 100 gram mass, 44 gram of mass is converted into gaseous state and remaining 56 gram mass is converted into solid state during the decomposition of limestone. This molecule is limestone. It is also called calcium carbonate, and it is carbon dioxide, and it is called quicklime or calcium oxide. Commonly it is called quicklime. So from this reaction it is clear that total in any chemical reaction total mass of reactant will be equal to the total mass of product. किसी chemical reaction में reactant का total mass product के mass के equal होता है. So during any physical or chemical process, mass or matter neither be created nor be destroyed. Only the one form of mass or matter can be changed into another and vice versa. And it is the statement of Lavoisier who proposed law of conservation of mass. So this law of conservation of mass was first proposed by Lavoisier. He suggested that, note down the definition of law of chemical combination in your copies properly. अपनी कॉपीज में लॉ ऑफ केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन की डेफिनेशन बहुत ध्यान से नोट कर लीजिए. अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस लॉ, मास और मैटर नाइदर बी क्रिएटेड नॉर बी डिस्ट्रॉयड. ओनली द वन फॉर्म ऑफ मास और मैटर कैन बी चेंज इनटू अनदर एंड वाइस वर्सा. मास और मैटर को ना तो हम क्रिएट कर सकते हैं ना डिस्ट्रॉय कर सकते हैं. केवल मास और मैटर के एक फॉर्म को दूसरे में और दूसरे को पहले फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. This law, this concept is called law of conservation of mass. Done. Mass or matter neither be created nor be destroyed. Only the one form of mass or matter can be changed into another or vice versa. In any chemical reaction, total mass of reactant will be equal to the total mass of product. किसी chemical reaction में reactant का total mass product के total mass के बराबर होगा. In any chemical reaction, total mass of reactant will be equal to the total mass of product. Note down this example in the favor of law of conservation of mass. So with the help of this chemical reaction, we can be verified law of conservation of mass easily. इस reaction की help से हम law of conservation of mass को easily verify कर सकते हैं, because in this reaction, before the reaction, total mass of reactant will be equal to the total mass of product. So mass remain unchanged before and after the chemical reaction, which verifies the law of conservation of mass. Similarly, an experiment was performed by Landolt to verify the law of conservation of mass, which is called Landolt experiment. In this experiment, a tube is used by Landolt to perform this experiment called Landolt tube or Jena glass H tube. लैंडोल्ट ने एक एक्सपेरिमेंट परफॉर्म किया. सो आप लोग हेडिंग लगा लेंगे, लैंडोल्ट एक्सपेरिमेंट फॉर द वेरिफिकेशन ऑफ लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मास. लैंडोल्ट्स एक्सपेरिमेंट. सो व्हाट इज लैंडोल्ट एक्सपेरिमेंट? लैंडोल्ट का एक्सपेरिमेंट क्या है उसको ध्यान से नोट कर लेना आप लोग. इन दिस एक्सपेरिमेंट ही यूज्ड अ ट्यूब व्हिच हैज H shape, hence it is called Jena glass H tube. ट्यूब का शेप H के जैसा था, therefore it is called Jena glass H tube. So Landolt performed an experiment to verify the law of conservation of mass in a specific tube having H shape called Jena glass H tube or Landolt tube. This tube is called Jena glass H tube. Jena glass H tube. It has two legs. So he filled aqueous solution of silver nitrate in the first limb of this tube and aqueous solution of sodium chloride in the second limb of this tube. Aqueous solution of sodium chloride in the second limb of this tube. After filling these two ionic compounds, if these two compounds are combined with each other during the chemical reaction in this area, then silver nitrate, which is an ionic compound, aqueous solution of silver nitrate, reacts with aqueous solution of sodium chloride, so that Na-positone in aqueous medium reaction always take place in both forward and backward direction. So Na-positone combines with NO3 negative and Cl negative combines with Ag-positone to give white PPT of AgCl, silver chloride, and it gives sodium nitrate in liquid state, NaNO3. After this experiment, Landolt found that before and after the reaction, mass remain unchanged. इस एक्सपेरिमेंट के बाद लैंडॉल्ट ने देखा बिफोर एंड आफ्टर द रिएक्शन मास रिमेन अनचेंज्ड. रिएक्शन के पहले और रिएक्शन के बाद में मास में कोई चेंज नहीं होता है, ठीक है ना. बिफोर द रिएक्शन द टोटल मास टेकन इन दीज टू लिम्स ऑफ ट्यूब ऑफ रिएक्टेंट विल बी इक्वल टू द total mass of product obtained after this process. So you observed that during this experiment he observed that total mass of reactant will be equal to the total mass of product or mass remain unchanged during this process. So with the help of this experiment he verifies the law of conservation of mass, and this experiment is called Landolt experiment, and the tube, this tube, specific tube used in this experiment is called Jena glass H tube, or it is also called Landolt's tube. So properly note this chemical reaction involved in the Landolt experiment and this H-shaped tube which is called Jena glass H tube. This tube was used by Landolt in his experiment. ये जो ट्यूब है Landolt ने यूज की अपने एक्सपेरिमेंट के अंदर, and this law is called law of conservation of mass. Before and after the reaction mass remain unchanged. Okay, clear है सभी स्टूडेंट्स के लिए? Okay. So मैं एक क्वेश्चन बोल रहा हूँ based on law of conservation of mass. So note down this question in your copies properly and solve it. इस क्वेश्चन को अपनी कॉपीज में ध्यान से नोट करिए और इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करिए. जरा क्वेश्चन नोट करें अपनी कॉपीज में. लिखे if 5.6 grams of calcium carbonate is heated, then it gets decomposed to give 3.6 grams of CaO, calcium oxide, and 4.4 grams of CO2, 3.6 grams of CaO, then calculate mass of CO2 gas obtained in this reaction. Calculate mass of CO2 gas obtained in this reaction. If 5.6 grams of calcium carbonate is heated, then it gets decomposed to give 3.6 grams of calcium oxide. Then calculate the mass of CO2 gas obtained in this reaction. Okay, clear है? So we can be applied law of conservation of mass. This question is based on law of conservation of mass. And what is law of conservation of mass? According to the law of conservation of mass, total mass of reactant is equal to total mass of product. Reactant का total mass product के total mass के बराबर होता है. And what are the reactant and what are the product in this reaction? If calcium, अभी हम लोग ने रिएक्शन लिखी थी, if limestone is decomposed on heating, then it gives CaO, calcium oxide in solid state, and CO2 in gaseous state. So what is the mass of calcium carbonate given in this question? It is 5.6 grams. It is the mass of calcium carbonate. And what is the mass of calcium oxide? obtained as product, it is 3.6 gram, and we want to find mass of carbon dioxide. So we can be applied this formula, total mass of reactant is equal to total mass of product. So what is the total mass of reactant? Total mass of reactant in this reaction is calcium carbonate, so total mass of reactant is 5.6 gram. And what is the total mass of product? Total mass of product is 3.6 gram plus mass of CO2 which is unknown. So if we want to find mass of CO2, then mass of CO2 is equal to, बच्चे क्या हो जाएगा बोलो जल्दी से, mass of CO2, मैं इस वाले प्लेस पर लिख देता हूँ, यहाँ पर नोट कर दे रहा हूँ. What will be the mass of CO2? Mass of CO2 carbon dioxide gas is equal to 5.6 minus 3.6 gram. So it will be equal to, बोलो जल्दी से कितना हो जाएगा, 5 minus 3, 6 minus 6 हो जाएगा, कितना हो जाएगा, will give 2 gram. So mass of CO2 gas will be 2 gram. नोट कर लीजिए, क्वेश्चन को ध्यान से नोट करिए सभी स्टूडेंट्स. डन, नोट कर लिया है सभी स्टूडेंट्स ने. ओके, सो विद द हेल्प ऑफ लॉ ऑफ केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन वी कैन बी सॉल्व मेनी प्रॉब्लम्स. बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व कर सकते. व्हाट इज द बेसिक फंडामेंटल ऑफ लॉ ऑफ केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन? मास और मैटर नाइदर बी क्रिएटेड नॉर बी डिस्ट्रॉयड. ओनली द वन फॉर्म ऑफ मास और मैटर कैन बी चेंज इनटू अनदर एंड वाइस वर्सा. एंड व्हाट इज द सेकंड लॉ ऑफ केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन? द सेकंड लॉ ऑफ केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन इज लॉ ऑफ कांस्टेंट प्रोपोर्शन. The second law of chemical combination is law of constant proportion. Law of constant proportion. It is also called law of definite proportion. Law of constant or definite proportion. Definite proportion का जो law है, it was first proposed by Richter. It was first proposed by Richter. He suggested that a chemical compound is always made by the same type of element. कोई जो chemical compound होता है वो हमेशा एक ही टाइप के एलिमेंट से बनता है, in which the ratio of constituent element by weight will always be constant irrespective to source. और इस chemical compound में उसके constituent element का जो ratio होता है by weight, it will always be constant. वो हमेशा constant होगा, ठीक है ना, irrespective to source, whether it is collected from any source. ठीक है ना, whether it is collected from, like for suppose we are given water, then water is always made by hydrogen and oxygen. It is always made by hydrogen and oxygen. And in this water, the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen by weight is, what is the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen by weight? Suppose water is collected from river and water is collected from sea. Then water obtained from these two sources, river and sea water, ठीक है ना, what is the weight of hydrogen? Atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 amu and water has 2 hydrogens, therefore its atomic mass of 2 hydrogen is equal to 2, and the atomic mass of oxygen is 16. So what is the simplest ratio of weights of hydrogen and oxygen and water? 1:8 by weight. So water is always made by hydrogen and oxygen, whether it is collected from river or sea, and in water the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen by weight will always be 1:8. It cannot be changed by changing the source. So the ratio of weight of constituent element does not depend upon the source, and the chemical composition of any compound does not depend upon the source. किसी भी सोर्स से आप किसी कंपाउंड को कलेक्ट करते हो, कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट एलिमेंट का नेचर कभी चेंज नहीं होता है और कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट एलिमेंट्स के वेट का रेशियो भी कभी चेंज नहीं होता है. This law is called law of constant proportion or law of definite proportion, and it was first proposed by Richter. So note down your copies definition of law of constant proportion. According to this law, a chemical compound is always made by same type of element. A chemical compound is always made by the same type of element in which the ratio of constituent element is always constant by weight, in which the ratio of constituent element by weight is always constant by weight irrespective to source and place. irrespective to source, किसी भी सोर्स से कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं, रेशियो ऑफ constituent element by weight will always be constant. This law is called law of constant proportion. For example, water is always made by hydrogen and oxygen. Water is always made by hydrogen and oxygen, in which the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen by weight will always be, in which the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen by weight will always be 1:8, whether it is collected from river or sea. चाहे आप उसको रिवर से कलेक्ट करें या सी से कलेक्ट करें, it is collected from any source, it always has the ratio of constituent element hydrogen and oxygen 1:8. क्लियर है? इसको नोट कर लीजिए अपनी कॉपीज में. And the third law of chemical combination is law of multiple proportion. Third law of chemical combination is law of multiple proportion. And dear student, I will explain you about law of multiple proportion in my next video lecture. अगले वीडियो लेक्चर में मैं आपको लॉ ऑफ मल्टीपल प्रोपोर्शन एंड लॉ ऑफ इक्विवेलेंट और रेसिप्रोकल प्रोपोर्शन, गैलियोसॉक लॉ ऑफ गैस वॉल्यूम एंड एवोगैड्रोस लॉ के बारे में डिटेल में डिस्कस करूंगा. वो नेक्स्ट वीडियो लेक्चर में होगा. सो फिलहाल अभी आप लोग 2 लॉ को तैयार करिए, लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मास एंड लॉ ऑफ कांस्टेंट प्रोपोर्शन. एंड of course we will also solve some numericals based on law of constant proportion in our next video lecture. Okay, thank you. Study करते रहे.